Playoffs, player, turn up, player. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's going down.
Really, Mike?
Yeah.
All right, I don't like the position you guys have put me in, okay?
What position would that be?
I'll tell you in a second what the position is.
Okay.
Simply because I'm being reasonable, simply because I'm being rational, I have now been put in the position where I am anti-Hassan Whiteside.
You are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's absolutely not true, and your crazy, hope-soaked screaming and yelling about how he's Wilt Chamberlain, you've now put me in the position where he has the 23-16 game against the Clippers. I'm happy. I'm stunned.
Right.
And you guys have put me in a position where I sound like I'm anti-Hassan Whiteside by merely saying it'll be nice if he can give them a contribution. You guys are turning him into a max player.
I guess I'll buy the fact that you're happy, but stunned. I mean, have you not watched the guy the last couple of weeks? That was the least shocking thing I saw anywhere in sports yesterday. This guy is legit, man.
You still don't want to give him any credit. Yeah, we're the ones turning him into a max player, not himself with his efforts. Yeah. He was incredible yesterday.
All right, let me turn this another way here, okay? Because here's my thinking process on this. And keep in mind, I am not anti-Hassan Whiteside.
I'm because
not.
you keep saying it doesn't make it so.
All right.
Debatable. Definitely debatable. Right.
You guys. All right, here's my thinking process on this so that you guys can absorb it. And listen to me carefully on this because I don't want to be the anti-hope guy, and I am not the anti-hope guy. I root to see the unprecedented, but I bet against things being unprecedented. If this guy is what you saw yesterday, there would be no precedent in the history of American basketball, a 7-footer falling out of the sky and being 23-16 when no one expected him to be 23-16. There would be no such creature in the history of sports.
Right.
So I ask you now.
Doesn't mean it can't happen, by the way.
I'm not saying it can't happen. It just would not have a precedent.
It sounds like he's agreeing with us because we've been over here saying he's an unprecedented talent.
Right.
A generational big.
That's what's so amazing about it.
Can you guys answer this question seriously? Because I know what you guys are going to do all day today. You guys are going to just sit here and make him Wilt Chamberlain, and you're going to predict that he's going to be Wilt Chamberlain. So let me just ask you a question. If I tell you right now,
yeah,
guys, Hassan Whiteside is going to be DeAndre Jordan. Do you take it?
DeAndre Jordan's not very good.
Did
you see what DeAndre did yesterday against Hassan? Were you not watching yesterday?
Yeah,
he did erase DeAndre Jordan.
Right.
He erased DeAndre Jordan. He erased Blake Griffin. He's the eraser. I'm not certain. I don't think I take that exchange.
All right. Charles Barkley says of DeAndre Jordan that if you left him in a gym by himself at night and didn't allow him to dunk and you came back in the morning, he would have 8 points. Which is it's a great line. So he's a limited player offensively. I would take that right now if you told me that Whiteside would be a serviceable 7-footer who would be a defensive anchor for your team. I would absolutely take that right now. What do you guys think?
So you want him to be worse?
What do you guys think he is?
What do I think he is? I think he's an all-star, Dan. Have you not been watching?
I think he's an MVP candidate. Seriously.
You think this is Linsanity, don't you?
I don't think it's Linsanity. I think there's a reason that everyone has passed on him, and he's played in Lithuania and China.
And you know what he's doing now? He's making them pay.
Yes.
All of them.
One
He's
by
making
one.
them pay.
One by one.
He's taking them out. That's
one
right.
by one, yes.
Doc Rivers, you were first, my friend.
Yes. Yes, he was. Yes. To Hassan be the glory.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah.
Riley be with you.
Yes.
Also with you.
To Hassan be the glory.
Amen.
Riley be with you.
And also with you.
To Hassan be the glory.
Amen.
Riley be with you.
And also with you.
So Hassanity is what you want? Hassanity?
Yep, Hassanity.
Hassanity.
And it's no longer upside. Yeah, it's no longer upside. He's arrived. I mean, there is no more upside. Yeah, he's here.
Okay, so you guys are so he's not Ike Austin.
Oh, Ike Austin.
That guy wakes up, rolls out of bed, and takes a big Ike Austin in his toilet.
Yep, Ike Austin.
Ike Austin.
I'm thinking third best center in Heat history at this point, right? Zoe, Shaq, then him, and he's closing in on Shaq, correct?
Yeah, he's got a, he's right there.
He's right there.
Right there. Certainly better defensively.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All All right. Is this how the whole show is going to go, though? Like,
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Hopefully. We can only hope so.
All right. So we're not going to have a reasonable conversation about the idea that the Heat have had a 7-footer that you guys think is an all-star just fall in their lap
There's one person here being unreasonable.
who's been turned down by every organization he's ever worked for.
Last 4 games, you know what he's shooting from the field? 76%.
Whoa!
Efficient.
Yep. Efficient. 3.3 blocks per game. Double-double. 15 points, 10 rebounds.
Are you guys?
Wow.
All right. I'm going to change the
No,
conversation.
that'll just stop. No. It's just going to stop.
Let's talk about Roy's wedding.
All right.
Roy's wedding.
First, it's got to be the first wedding in the history of love where both participants lost their ring before the ceremony. It has to be.
It wasn't just lost; they were stolen.
All right, well, whatever. But they were stolen from different places, were they not? Like, it's not like they were left in the same place and then stolen. They somehow both got stolen and from different places.
That is correct. Yes.
That can't have happened before. So, Stugat, you got Roy walking through a CVS buying a duplicate.
Walmart.
Okay, buying a duplicate.
I didn't know you can buy rings at a CVS.
Well, I didn't know you could buy one at a Walmart.
Right.
A wedding ring? I mean, I wouldn't have guessed. I would have guessed that you can't buy one there either. So what's the big leap from Walmart to CVS?
It's like what Leroy Hoard says. It's the ghetto Macy's. You can find anything there.
Okay, including a duplicate wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is that possible, Roy? How is it possible that both of you had your rings stolen?
This is my life we're talking about here.
All right.
Things happen to me.
All right.
Anything's possible, then. You know who's going to have rings soon? Whiteside. Yeah!
So excited!
Whiteside! Multiple rings. Anyway, you were saying Roy's wedding.
I can't do the show this way. Like, I can't, if every time, like, I'm not saying you can't be enthusiastic. It's a perfectly cool and legitimate thing to be enthusiastic about. And I'm not trying to actually temper your enthusiasm. I don't believe this enthusiasm to be sincere. You guys are off on the fringes. You've got a minor enthusiasm that has turned into something else. And now you have made him the most dominant big in the history of sports. And I can't have this conversation without sounding like I'm anti a cool thing.
You think if LeBron knew there was a Whiteside just waiting around that he would be in Cleveland today? You think? You think if he knew that?
Look, I think it's really cool that he's a 7-footer who looks hugely athletic. He looks like he knows what he's doing around the basket. He can catch passes. He doesn't have nubs for arms. He doesn't look clumsy as many 7-footers tend to look.
Right. He looks like he's the real deal. He looks the part.
Okay, but I want to have the conversation about how it's possible that everyone else has had him in camp running him through drills and he has not been someone that anyone wants to even keep around as a backup.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how is that possible?
They don't have Riley.
You know, he makes a lot of sense there.
Thank you.
Excellent point.
Thank you. This is what he does. He finds guys like Whiteside.
I would just like to know.
He was looking for 4 years for that.
I mean, honestly, they went through Dampier, who was playing games in flip-flops.
What he does.
They went through Big Z. Jamal McGlure was out there for a while wandering around. It's what Riley does.
Yep. Finds a diamond in the rough.
I mean, he had this experiment with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. It would have been good to have a legitimate center in the middle of that.
Probably would have helped.
Eric Dampier was summoned from wherever it is that he was slumbering. Where do sloths sleep? A tree? He was
I'm on it.
just slow-moving Eric Dampier.
I mean, this guy, the feet, the hands, the defense. He's so good, Dan. He's so good.
Exciting.
Dan, he's so good. A couple days ago, I asked you, Roy Hibbert for Hassan Whiteside, do you do it? And you said, absolutely. Let's revisit that.
Of course I do it. Of
Whoa.
course I trade Hassan Whiteside for Roy Hibbert.
Well, you'd be making a big mistake.
Guys, all right.
Riley wouldn't.
All right, where wouldn't I be making the mistake? You guys, man, you guys make this very difficult. How far do I have to push it out before you say, yes, you make this trade? Like, you guys love these small samples, and I'm not saying that it's not a reason for enthusiasm. It's a reason for reasonable enthusiasm.
Okay, but we're not reasonable.
It's not a reason for huge, crazed, he's Wilt Chamberlain enthusiasm.
Well, we already said no to DeAndre Jordan. We said no to Roy Hibbert. Mike, you doing Noah? Is Noah someone you would consider for Whiteside?
I think the fair line, legitimately, is Omer Asik.
Okay, now you're discussing this reasonably.
Okay, that's a fair
but
line.
not Roy Hibbert. Roy Hibbert's a trash can,
Yeah,
Dan.
don't want Hibbert.
Why would you want that cement-footed trash can?
The great thing about it is that he's rebounding. This team has a rebounding problem. So the good things about it are he rebounds, he plays defense, and he allows Bosch to be better at his natural position. You don't want Bosch playing center. You want Bosch playing power forward.
Bosch had like the quietest mid-30-point game
Correct.
ever.
Well, now if you tell me that Whiteside can make Bosch that, then we're having an interesting conversation. If you're telling me that the natural position for Bosch, and I don't think you can make him that because that would make Bosch the greatest power forward in the history of the sport.
Right.
34 points a game.
Well, that's what Whiteside does for a player, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Greg Oden, Eddie Curry, all these guys Pat Riley has tried.
Right.
That's what Riley does.
Well, I mean, clearly he was trying to placate to LeBron's desires. Once we got that cancer out of here, Riley got to do what he wanted to do.